Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I got another project here on the camper. This time it's going to be a repair of something that has broken. Right now I have a crack in the front siding of the camper that is spread, and I really need to fix it so it doesn't continue further or allow water into the camper. So today we're going to be working on that. Hopefully this fix works. All right, as you can see, it had this little crack here that has actually been there a while. I have just some clear silicone over it. And since then it has spread, and all of our travels, this crack just keeps going, and I want to find a way to stop this. I don't have any water leaking in it yet, but it's going to leak. So this is on the front in that curl in the front of the tin, and this is framing that I didn't replace from when the other guy I bought it from worked on it. And I probably should have put some more support here. So this kind of pushes in, and I could see it kind of moving on me when I'm driving. There's a lot of force pushing this in, so it's kind of flexing back and forth. So I think this repair is going to be a combination of kind of putting some rivets in and then putting in a another piece of aluminum across this to glue it on, and then kind of covering it with some sort of sealer. So anyway, I'm not sure how I'm going to film this on the front edge here, but first thing, I'm going to clean all this off, get it nice and clean, and get ready to accept the first step in this process. All right, here is the cracked area all cleaned up. So here's the original crack here. I guess a rock hit it or something and split, and then this is traveled up. So what I'm doing is drilling a hole in these crack ends. I think this one's going to be fine. I don't know, maybe I'll come to regret that, but drilling a hole in the ends of the crack so that way that pressure is not to a point that it just keeps ripping the tin further up. So my plan was to drill a hole, and then I'm going to fill it with actually first I'm going to use this marine sealant that I had, this 5200. I used it on my John boat, and I think it'll work here. And then put that over the area, and then I'm gonna well, I need to drill that out a little bit better. Then I'm gonna put a rivet in the hole, and that way it's gonna kind of seal the hole up. So the rivet will seal that hole, maybe give it a little bit of strength, I'm thinking, at the end of the crack. And then I've also sanded down this area to where I'm gonna put some JB Weld across this, and then I have a short piece of like flashing that I had. I'm thinking I'm gonna like basically glue that down over the crack. I'm gonna cut it, but that's gonna be gluing it across here, so maybe it acts like a giant band-aid, just keeps these acting together instead of independently, and I'm thinking it just strengthens the joint. Then I'm going to cover that whole area with this white flex tape, and see how that does. So that flex tape should cover it all, make it nice and sealed from like a water standpoint, but also it's white, and hopefully it'll blend in. Just going to cut a nice strip of it over, and it'll cover the rivets and everything. Anyway, so let's see how that goes. Again, it's hard to film this because I'm on a ladder at the edge of the camper, so I don't know, maybe we'll figure something out, but it's hard to film something like this. So there's the rivets in. So you got one here at the top and one here at the bottom. And I put that 5200 there, and it did pretty good actually. So I think think I still am gonna do this this piece of flashing that I have. So I cut it down. I can't really go all the way around because of just the curve, and it's kind of not wanting to stick down really good on the bottom. So I think I'm just gonna put it on the top here, something like this. So basically glue it down with some JB Weld and let that sit for a little while and harden up, and then I'm going to go over the top with with some of that flex tape. So anyway, so let's get this this JB Weld done. I'm going to kind of rough up this with some sandpaper and probably still rough this up a little bit more just so it can stick better. I bent this little piece to kind of go with the curve of the roof a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's enough. I think that'll hold. So it looks pretty good. I think I'm going to let that sit there for about 30 minutes or so, harden up nice and good, and then we'll cut a piece of flex tape, which I am not familiar with using, but we'll try it out. All right, so let this sit a little bit, and it's nice and hard, and I think it's gonna do a good job of helping to strengthen each side of that. This is the flex tape, and I'm not super sure on how this works. I guess it's just like tape and you peel it, but okay, it's part at both sides. Okay, so I was like, it doesn't feel that sticky, but it's got plastic on both sides, so to peel it a little more. And I think the width is going to cover the whole thing, so let me just go ahead and cut it, I guess. And I'm going to round the edges over just so, I don't know, it feels like it won't want to come up as easily. The edges are round. I don't know. Maybe it'll kind of blend in a little better too if it's rounded. It's sticking to everything. Alright. So the plan is to have it cover everything. Rivets and all. There we go. I guess that's it. Not much to it, just like a giant band-aid. Alright, let me bring you in over here. Alright, so there you go. I'm going to try to use something to point with. So you can kind of see the rivet on the top and the bottom here. And it looks pretty covered. This is that metal, that flashing piece of aluminum. And these rivets are also aluminum just so they don't rust, you know. And I don't think they'll get much water underneath this tape, but again, all aluminum repair work just so it doesn't have a rust stain or anything. And then the flex tape around it, I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of noticeable up here, but when you get down on the ground, let's see what that looks like. You see it's kind of on the top edge, you know, like you can't really see it. Anyway, we'll see if the next time we take this out, actually we're going camping this weekend, we'll see if this comes flying off, the wind gets underneath it and, you know, comes flying off the camper, then I gotta figure something else out. But hopefully hopefully this works. So anyway, I appreciate you sticking around for this video. This was kind of repair job that hopefully you guys don't have to do, but maybe this gives you some ideas for something that's going wrong with your camper. So anyway, thanks for sticking around for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.